Welcome to Copilot Podcasts.
From an $85,000 loan to a $11.3 billion empire, that's the kind of growth story that makes entrepreneurs drool. Today, we're diving into how a single burrito shop near a college campus transformed into a cultural phenomenon that changed how America eats. By the end of this episode, you'll understand how Chipotle revolutionized fast food and what their journey tells us about the future of dining. And what a journey it's been. You know, it's fascinating how this whole empire started with one man's simple dream, and surprisingly, it wasn't even about burritos.
Wait, what do you mean it wasn't about burritos?
Well, Steve Ells, Chipotle's founder, was actually a classically trained chef from the Culinary Institute of America. He originally opened Chipotle in 1993 just to raise money for a high-end restaurant.
You're kidding. So this whole fast casual empire was basically Plan B?
Exactly. Ells got inspired by the taquerias in San Francisco's Mission District while working as a line cook. He borrowed $85,000 from his father and opened the first Chipotle near the University of Denver campus.
And I'm guessing that high-end restaurant never happened?
Nope. The first location was selling about 1,000 burritos a day, way beyond what Ells expected. He quickly realized he had stumbled onto something much bigger.
That's incredible. But you know what I find interesting? The name itself, Chipotle. Most people probably don't even know what it means.
It actually comes from the Nahuatl word chilpotli. It means a smoked and dried jalapeno pepper. But the name became synonymous with something bigger, a new way of thinking about fast food.
And that new way of thinking really took off, right? I mean, the growth numbers are pretty staggering.
Oh, absolutely. By 1998, McDonald's became a major investor, which really accelerated their expansion. They went from 16 restaurants in Colorado to over 500 locations by 2006.
That McDonald's investment is fascinating. How did that relationship work?
Well, McDonald's saw Chipotle as a way to diversify their portfolio, but interestingly, they let Chipotle maintain its independence and unique culture, which was pretty unusual for McDonald's at the time.
And that culture became a huge part of their success, right? Especially their food with integrity philosophy.
Exactly. They pioneered this idea that fast food could be both convenient and ethically sourced. They committed to using naturally raised meats, organic produce, and no GMOs.
That must have been a huge operational challenge though, right?
Absolutely. Their food costs were much higher than traditional fast food, around 30 to 32% compared to McDonald's 29%, but they believed customers would pay more for better quality.
And they were right about that, weren't they?
They really were. By 2024, they hit $11.3 billion in revenue. But more than just financial success, they changed how people think about fast food.
How so?
They showed that transparency could be a competitive advantage. Having customers watch their food being prepared, choosing their ingredients, it created trust.
And now everyone does it. It's basically the standard for fast casual dining.
Right. They didn't just create a successful restaurant chain, they created a whole new category of dining.
But it hasn't all been smooth sailing, has it? They've faced some serious challenges.
No, they've definitely had their struggles. Most recently, they're seeing a significant drop in younger customers, especially those under 35.
That's interesting. Why is that happening?
Well, according to their CEO, Scott Boatwright, it's largely economic. Young consumers and households earning under $100,000 are eating out less due to inflation and other financial pressures.
So it's not just a Chipotle problem, it's an industry-wide challenge?
Exactly. The National Restaurant Association's 2025 report shows 40% of consumers have cut spending, and another 41% are delaying purchases due to financial uncertainty.
But they're still expanding, right? I heard they're even moving into Mexico.
Yes, that's one of their bold moves. They're planning 370 new locations in 2026, including their first restaurants in Mexico.
Wait, a Mexican-inspired chain expanding Tio Mexico? That's either really brave or really crazy.
It's definitely bold. Taco Bell tried it twice and failed. But Chipotle believes their focus on fresh, high-quality ingredients will resonate with Mexican consumers.
Speaking of ingredients, their sustainability push is pretty impressive, isn't it?
It really is. They're investing in high-efficiency kitchen equipment, focusing on responsible sourcing, and working to reduce their environmental impact.
And that's not just good for the planet, it's good for business too, right?
Exactly. These initiatives help offset inflation costs, improve efficiency, and strengthen their brand with environmentally conscious consumers.
It's fascinating how they've managed to maintain their core values while scaling so massively.
That's really been key to their success. Their Cultivate a Better World campaign isn't just marketing, it's built into their operations and culture.
How so?
Well, take their approach to employees. Nearly 80% of their leadership promotions come from within the organization. They're really focused on developing their people.
That's impressive in an industry known for high turnover.
And it shows in their results. Their turnover numbers have hit record lows in recent quarters.
But with all these challenges, inflation, changing consumer habits, competition, what does the future look like for Chipotle?
Well, they're definitely adapting. They're focusing heavily on digital innovation. Their digital orders now make up about 37% of sales.
That's a huge shift from their original model.
It really is. They went from a 5 to 10% digital mix to 100% during COVID, and they've maintained a lot of that digital business.
So what's next for them?
They're focusing on what they call new health directions, adapting to trends like the Make America Healthy Again movement and emphasizing personalized nutrition.
It's amazing how they keep evolving while staying true to their core mission.
That's really been their secret sauce, if you'll pardon the pun. They've managed to grow without compromising their values.
And those values have actually become more relevant over time, haven't they?
Absolutely. As consumers become more conscious about health, sustainability, and ethical sourcing, Chipotle's long-standing commitments in these areas become even more valuable.
So when you step back from everything we've covered, what's the big takeaway from Chipotle's journey?
I think it's that success doesn't have to mean compromise. Chipotle proved you can scale without sacrificing quality, treat workers well while making profits, and stick to your values while adapting to change.
And that's really changed the game for the entire industry, hasn't it?
Completely. They've shown that doing good and doing well aren't mutually exclusive. They can actually reinforce each other.
Well, that brings us to the end of today's episode of Copilot Podcasts. From a single burrito shop to a global phenomenon, Chipotle's story shows that sometimes the best business plan is simply doing the right thing, consistently and at scale.
And to think it all started with a chef who just wanted to open a fancy restaurant.
Sometimes Plan B turns out better than Plan A, especially when it comes with guacamole.